Hey guys, welcome back to Blind Strike Exotics. I'm John, and this is one of my beautiful pied girls that I'm hopefully going to be breeding in probably 12 months or so. Today we're going to talk about my 5 most expensive ball pythons. Some of them are adults, some of them are hatchlings, a couple months old, but the prices on some of these snakes that are a little more rare can get high pretty quickly. So I want to talk about that today. You guys are going to not believe what some of these guys look like. Before that, I want to talk real quick about subscribing to my channel. Please hit the bell, please subscribe. 2 videos ago that I posted was my top 5 biggest ball pythons, which was apparently a big hit compared to my other videos. I had over 500 hours viewed on there, 5,000 views, and I think 3,000 unique views. 96% of those views are from people that were not subscribed to the channel, so that's over 3,000 people that saw that video that weren't subscribed to this channel. So please subscribe, hit the bell if you like my videos. Anybody that's posting on YouTube, they're probably posting to get their channel monetized, which is what I'm trying to do. And to do that, you need to have, I think, 4,000 hours of your videos watched within 12 months. And 1,000 subscribers within 12 months. That 5 biggest ball pythons video helped me a lot. I think I'm at like 350 subscribers now, and I think I'm like maybe 1,500 hours watched. So please subscribe, help me get over that hump, and my goal is to get this monetized to help me make better videos for you guys and to keep this ball rolling and keep this channel growing. So thanks for listening to my plea for subscriptions, and let's take a look at my 5 most expensive ball pythons. Alright, first up here is my Ultramel Bamboo male Poe. He's number 5 on the list. He comes in at $1,200. This list, I'm giving you their list prices. I think he's actually the only one on the list that I actually paid the list price for, because he came in a package deal with an Ultramel pinstripe female who is just about breeding. I'm breeding her now. She was almost breeding size when I bought her. So they came in a package deal, so that's why there wasn't really a whole lot of negotiation on this end. I'll probably make another video down the line about the buying process and how to get the best price for the snake that you're looking at, if possible. So he comes in at number 5 at $1,200. He's a beautiful snake. He has eaten like a champ, and he has locked up with the females pretty well this season too, so hopefully it turns out to be a good investment. Typically with these snakes, the reason why they start getting so expensive is because of rarity, and as I was searching on Morph Market for other Ultramel Bamboos, I think he was only one of like maybe 15 that had ever been listed on there, bought, sold, or even available now. So what I'm looking to do with this guy obviously is to make more bamboo ultramels and maybe bamboo pinstripe ultramels, which I don't know if I had seen any yet. Ultramel, they kind of just consider it to be like a T positive albino being that there's no black pigment. These guys have a little more of a darker pigment in them than a traditional albino would be. You can sort of see the browns a little more in there, caramel. That's why they're ultramels. They're beautiful snakes. It's a recessive gene, meaning both parents need to pass on the gene for it to be visual. They're beautiful. A lot of people aren't working with them yet. I'm hoping that getting my collection started here in my 2nd year with a pair of them, with two different genes, and hopefully I get a bamboo pinstripe Ultramel. That'd be fantastic. If it was a male, it'd be even better. That way I could possibly breed him in a year and a half. So he is number 12 on the list, or number 5 on the list, and he is awesome, beautiful, and hopefully turns out to be a good breeder for me too. Let's take a look at number 4. All right, number 4 on the list is this big breeder female. She's a special lesser GHI, possible pastel female, and she comes in at $1,500. I actually bought her and my Super Phantom female, both from Medusa's Morphs. They were proven breeders from them. I kind of just wanted them both to round out my Blue Eye Lucy female harem to breed in my males. Some of you may know, GHI is a dark gene, and as some of you may know, typically when you mix the lesser gene with anything else in the Blue Eye Lucy family, in this case special, the snake comes out all white with blue eyes. So you can see blue eyes there. You can't see that GHI gene at all, but you can still pass it along. Now special and lesser, she can only pass on one of those genes because they're allelic. It's technically a super form of a gene. So I'm breeding her to Tesla, my little male, who I don't think successfully has bred any of the females yet. But, you know, here's hoping that that works out for us. She's beautiful. She is all white. She's actually probably more all white than my Mojave Lesser female, Snow White Snake. She has like a kind of a faint yellow stripe going down her back, and her head is actually starting to get a little more yellow as she gets older. It was almost like pure white when I got her a year and a half ago, and you know, now that she's aging, she's starting to get like yellow, a little more yellow tint in places in some of the scales in her head. This girl is completely white. She's really pretty. So she hopefully lays me a clutch this year. I'm breeding her to Tesla, who is a leopard blackhead purple passion. So everything that comes out of it is going to be in the Blue Eye Lucy family. But hopefully being able to hit something with blackhead GHI and leopard in there too would be amazing, as long as I don't get an all white snake out of it, which would not help me at all and kind of defeat the purpose of the pairing. But all white snakes are beautiful too. I have quite a few of them. That was actually my first love. You know, let's head on to number 3. Next up at number 3 is kind of a 2-for-1 combo. These are both super gravel females, and they both clock in at $2,000 each. I actually bought both of them from the same breeder, Tom Harbin. They're beautiful snakes. I actually got my leopard clown male from him too. Fantastic breeder, by the way. They're beautiful girls. If you don't know anything about them, super gravel, I think when I looked at Morph Market, there was maybe 100 or less of them available. And when I bought these girls, they were about 500-600 grams or so. They're inching closer to 1,000 as we speak. This girl over here is in shed right now, and this one isn't. They are a big part of my highway and freeway and pavement project, which all those genes are part of the yellow belly complex. The top of my list here is basically all freeways and highways and you know, gravels and asphalts. So these girls are a big part of that. I'm hoping that in 12 months they eat well enough that they're up to size to breed, because my snake coming in here at number 1 is somebody that I'm very excited about, and then I'm hoping again we'll also be ready to breed at that point too, because if these guys are ready to go next year and that male's ready to go next year, the potential offspring I have coming out of there are going to be amazing, and could kind of get me a nice pretty penny once their eggs hatch. So I don't know if these girls are sisters or not. I don't know if they came from the same clutch from Tom, but they're beautiful girls. super gravel is not very easy to come by, as opposed to getting a highway, which is a yellow belly and gravel. And it's very hard to tell those genes apart. People have a hard time telling yellow belly apart from asphalt or yellow belly apart from gravel. And sometimes the only way to prove it out is to get a Euro like this, where you're guaranteed that it is a super gravel. Because a super gravel looks like this, and a super yellow belly is all white. So that is one way to tell them apart. And then if you're breeding one of these girls to any other snake, you guarantee that she's passing on the gravel gene, which is a huge positive as well. So these girls are number 3, and now let's take a look at number 2. All right, number 2 on the list is the only Freeway I own. She's a Pastel Freeway, and her sticker price was $2,450. The Freeways are kind of the more sought after, more expensive of the Freeway, Highway, Yellow Belly complex. This is the asphalt gene rather than the gravel gene that we saw in the other girls at number 3. She is just awesome. And the breeder, I think it was the ball python shed, Josh and Jackie, I think is what they show up as on Morph Market, showed me pictures of one of the older females they have that are the same combo. And they lose some of this patterning up top on their dorsal line. They turn like a really bright yellow. They're like beautiful snakes. But this girl is actually turning out to be one of my favorite snakes. I've featured her in a couple other videos because she's so friendly. She's literally, as soon as I pull her tub out, she is just ready to come out and ready to say hi. She's never been aggressive. She's never been defensive. She's just like the most friendly snake in the world. So I can't wait until she gets bigger and grows up. Hopefully she keeps that temperament. She's eating like crazy, and she's just absolutely beautiful. Look at that pattern. She's just awesome. And she's very friendly. I can't wait till she grows up. I can't wait until she gets big. And I have some calm big snakes, but they're blue-eye Lucies, and they're kind of just white or whites and lavenders and grays. But to have a huge snake that's friendly, that's bright yellow, I think it's gonna be really cool. Plus, hopefully in 3 years, she is able to start helping with my Freeway projects. She is awesome. But I purchased her with the next snake on the list, number 1, in the hopes that I can really get this project off and running in the next 12 months. All right, number 1 on the list is in my hand, and he is amazing. He comes in at $2,900 on his sticker price, and I think he's worth every penny. He is a pastel Phantom Leopard Highway male. He is a absolute powerhouse. Rarity really drives the price on this one. I think there were maybe 5 or less of them ever listed on Morph Market. The color and the pattern on this guy is just out of this world. I also got this from Ball Python Shed with number 2 on the list, and they actually hadn't even had one of these and raised it up yet. So that this combo that they created hasn't really been around long enough to have any adults yet. My goal is to have him ready to breed for next year, so in 12 months, and he should be there. He started off kind of slow with feeding, but I kind of made his tub a little more confined, and it put him on food, and he's been eating ever since. So he hasn't missed a meal since the first 2 or 3 weeks I had him, which was to my relief because I spent a couple grand on him, and I surely didn't want him to die on me because he wasn't eating. He is awesome. His head is almost, if I can get him in here, like pure white. These are extremely bright yellows, and I don't know if you can see in there. There's this purple color, but there's like faint hints of blue inside of the purple, like right next to the yellow lines. Maybe you can see it right here. It's like almost like a blue color. And I have never seen that color in a ball python before. So I have big plans for him. This is probably one of the most unique snakes that I've ever seen. He's doing fantastic, and with any luck, my investment in this guy and my other yellow belly gene complex snakes will pay off coming next year. If you're spending a lot of money on your ball pythons, if you are going to breed them, make sure you have a plan. Going into this last summer, I knew that I wanted to get into the highway and freeway project, so I was trying to plan out what the best way to do that was. You know, those two super gravel females, Tom Harbin had them for sale last summer, and I was able to work out a pretty good deal with them to buy both of them. And my goal was that, you know, I wasn't going to breed them this year, but, you know, 18 months from that point, hopefully they should be up to size. Having them, I knew I wanted a male that was out of this world, and this guy came up on Morph Market, and I think maybe I bought him the day or the day after that he showed up on there with the NG Pastel Freeway female. Knowing that, you know, some of these snakes, when you get the more rare ones, it's easier to get the males because they only take a year to grow up typically to breed them. The females can take 3 years, maybe more, if they don't eat real well. So some of the females are harder to find with those sorts of gene pools. So you have to buy them young and just raise them up yourself to get them into your breeding program. So that's why I bought her. And that's why I took advantage of getting the two super gravel females when I had the chance to. But this guy is a showstopper. I'm not sure what he's going to look like when he gets older. I don't know how much of this coloring he's going to keep. He's only shed for me once, but he has kept the color that he has now. This is the same color he was when I got him, so that hasn't changed at all. Hopefully he keeps it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I mean, all of this coloring here, this is all white flaming up the sides, bright yellows, like a deep purple, and there's little hints of blue in there too. It's just an amazing snake. The fact that this came out of the same gene pool as a normal ball python out of Western Africa is absolutely crazy, because you would never see this thing running around in the wild. Alright guys, that's it for today. Danky King wanted to come out and say hi. He's done hooking up with his girlfriends for this week. And I put him back in his tub, and he's just been sitting there the whole time, pressing his face against the front of the tub. I don't know if he wants to go back in for round 2 or what, but he's getting the rest of the weekend off, so I figured I'd let him come out and hang out for a little bit. He's been doing a surprisingly good job too. He didn't work out for me last season, but the couple females that he's been paired up to this year, he's been pretty good with. But anyways, that's it for today. Those are my top 5 most expensive ball pythons. Hopefully this time next year I'll be talking to you guys about the top 5 most expensive pythons I plan on breeding that year, and hopefully have up for sale on Morph Market. But it's very exciting. We're gonna have a big year. As I said at the top of the video, if you're still around watching the end of this, please remember to subscribe to the channel. That'll help me, you know, get this channel monetized and help me really pay for the equipment and everything I need to get this channel and the quality up a little higher. It'll allow me to spend more time producing these videos, recording the videos, so I'm giving you guys the highest quality that I can. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later.